This narration is written by Charles Kapsner, the artist who painted all 5 murals. As we look at the Army painting, we begin with the upper left-hand corner and the flag representing the Grand Union. This was the last time this flag was used. Then we go back to 1775 with two different main events. In April, we had the Battle of Lexington and the shot heard round the world. And then we had the actual beginning of the Continental Army, which began on June 14, 1775. In this vignette, we see a 4-member cannon team along with Molly Pitcher, who was the first woman ever compensated for military service in the United States government. Even today, when the armored divisions have their annual banquet, they do their first toast to Molly Pitcher. In the background, we see Valley Forge and Paul Revere astride his horse. A bit to the right of that, we see George Washington crossing the Delaware, a very important part of our country's history. Because this painting also depicts America's history, there is a parade of different uniforms to show how they changed and developed over the years. Looking to the right are two standard figures. The man on the left represents the War of 1812. Above and to the left of him in the distance is Minnesota's own Fort Snelling, which dates back to 1820. To the right of him is a man from the Mexican-American War that took place from 1846 to 1848. Looking again to the right, we see three figures representing the Civil War. There is a woman spy, because women played an important role in the Civil War as spies, believe it or not, in addition to being nurses and support personnel, as seen below and further to the right. Next to her is a man in Union blues, and slightly behind and to the right of him is a man in a red shirt with black pants representing a non-commissioned officer in the Minnesota militia. A bit more to the right is a man representing the Spanish-American War of 1898. He is holding his hand up to call out because this was the first time America was beginning to make its presence known on the world stage. Above the Civil War and Spanish-American War figures are several Apache helicopters used in the Vietnam War, honoring the Army Air Cavalry. And above them is the Abbey at Monte Cassino, where soldiers from Little Falls fought a World War II battle. At the bottom left is a man in modern clothing standing beside Thomas Paine. This is Gordon Gerling, a brainchild behind this project. He is pointing to Paine's essay Common Sense, which was read almost as much as the Bible in 1776. Below Thomas Paine is a homeless veteran sitting on a gutter. His back is turned to represent the way our country has turned its back on veterans' pain and suffering. In the center of the painting, you will notice a World War I doughboy above a white cross. On that cross is the date November 11, 1918, which was originally Armistice Day and is now called Veterans Day. In the center of the painting, you will notice a World War II figure of a man landing at Normandy. Just to his lower left is a skull and two boots that commemorate the 1942 Death March at Bataan. There were quite a few central Minnesotans who were forced to endure this torture. At the lower right of the World War II GI, who is standing on a map of Italy, you will notice a small patch with a shield, a star, and a sword honoring my father, who fought in World War II. And just below his feet is a patch representing the Minnesota National Guard's 34th Infantry Red Bull Brigade. To the right of the cross, wearing a uniform with a fur collar, is a Korean War soldier from 1950 to 1953. At the bottom center of the painting is a Vietnam War soldier from 1955 to 1975. To his right is a contemporary GI who is shown wearing three different uniforms from the 1990s. A woodland flak jacket, a first Gulf War helmet cover, and a jacket and pants from the Second Gulf War. Behind and to the right of the Gulf War soldier is a woman in a digital camo hat, which is now a defunct uniform. She is paying homage to a fallen soldier whose coffin is draped with the American flag. Below the coffin are the Purple Heart, Silver Star, and Bronze Star medals.